maiden voyage of the college football playoff has entailed a lot of learning, obviously, learning on the committee's behalf as they hone their process, learning for the fans and the media as we try to kind of read between the lines about what these rankings mean from week to week. But without question, the topic that's generated the most conversation, which should be the last team in? We've sampled our insiders on said topic. TCU, Ohio State, Baylor. Who deserves a number 4 next to its name on Sunday if everything holds up this weekend?
I'm Bob Kessling, Tennessee's Campus Insider. If you believe the committee, then this injury to J.T. Barrett will have a big factor for Ohio State. Even if the Buckeyes can beat Wisconsin for the Big Ten championship, if Baylor wins out, they still will go instead of the Buckeyes.
This is Pat Bostic, your Pitt Insider, and if you had to ask me to choose between TCU, Baylor, and Ohio State for that 4th playoff spot, I'd have to go Baylor. I don't think Ohio State overcomes the loss of a Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback. Again, J.T. Barrett being out for the season, I don't think they overcome that. I don't think they beat Wisconsin this weekend. You look at TCU, all they've done is win, but when it came down to it, they were not able to beat the Baylor Bears. Baylor, big win, big game this weekend against Kansas State. If they get this win, they win their conference. I don't think you can ask anything more. I think Baylor's the 4th team in the college football playoff.
This is Jay Lehman, your Big Ten Insider. For that 4th and coveted playoff spot between TCU, Baylor, and Ohio State, if the playoff were picked today, I say TCU is the most deserving. Their body of work up to this point makes them the 4th best team in the country. But that could change this week. Baylor's got a big game against Kansas State. If they beat Kansas State, remember, they had the head-to-head win against TCU. I think Baylor becomes more deserving. Of course, Ohio State plays a very strong Wisconsin team in the Big Ten championship this week as well. So TCU possibly could be jumped by both, knowing that TCU plays a lesser opponent in Iowa State. But today, if it were picked, I believe that TCU is the most deserving team.
Hi, it's Brian Jeffries, your Arizona Insider. Tough choice between Ohio State, Baylor, and TCU, but if all 3 win out this weekend, I'm going with the Baylor Bears. Couple of reasons. Number one, they beat TCU earlier this year, and with a final victory over Kansas State, that really boosts their image right now, and I think their resume. Ohio State's in a tough position. Even if they beat Wisconsin, they still are running on a 3rd-string quarterback. They lost to Virginia Tech earlier this year, and I think the committee's going to look at that very carefully. So I'm going with the Baylor Bears in the Final 4.